Here with West Coast Eagles star Elliot Yeo. Now, Yoey, you're not afraid to get around live music. You'll go to a festival now and then, won't you?
I do, yeah. Don't mind a festival.
You've done a festival in the US, I reckon.
Yep, ACL, and that was Austin City Limits. It was a 3-day festival, so it was a lot of fun. And yeah, my favourite that I saw was The Killers. They're my favourite band.
What would be your favourite Killers track?
All these things that I've done.
Here's a fun fact. The #1 song on the day you were born was Meatloaf.
Yes.
I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
That's not a bad song too, don't
Look at that, look at that. I think you're the only person that's ever said that that's a great song.
Yeah, yeah.
So you actually liked Meatloaf's grand final performance in 2011?
No comment.
Singing in the shower go-to song for you?
Bit of Phil Collins.
Any particular track you might really belt out in the shower? Another Day in Paradise.
Paradise is pretty good.
Yoey, thanks for hanging out, mate.
No worries, thank you.
Continued success playing Phil Collins.
Cheers.
In the shower.
Meatloaf was terrific at the grand final 3 years ago. The Eagles were very good last year. Elliot Yeo, a big part of it. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Phil Collins, I thought you would have been too young.
No, it's interesting. I reckon I've taken my music taste from the old man, and a lot of the boys sort of give me a bit of crap because I like the old school classics.
We're going to show a photo. You're involved with a few horses now. You love your animals. In the middle, you're with a thoroughbred. You've got a couple. There was a very good horse out of Perth a few years ago called Ellie Corsam. We were just speaking. Your father bred Ellie Corsam.
Yep.
Owned it.
Yep.
Won a lot of money.
Yep.
Give me the naming of it.
So Mum named it, and obviously Elliot. Ellie. And then my brother's Corey. Cor, and then the other owners were Sam Bahaja and Sam Pinner, and that's where we got Sam from. So, and they reckon that all good horses, have a certain amount of letters in the names, and Mum ended up putting it together.
Tick, tick, tick. Ellie Corsam. There you go. You are the only one here. Everyone else got the sort of red eye home to that.
They did, yeah. And I think generally if we have a late game, we'll hang over, and it's one of those ones where the players put their hands up and said, no, we'd like to get back, even if it's a little bit later at night, and, get to sleep in your own bed. So they got back, I reckon, probably 2 o'clock in Perth time.
Thanks for sticking around. Let's get to the MCG last night. Gilly, this is your game. Pies hosting the Eagles. A good record now against the Pies in recent times.
Yeah, they have. And, Collingwood got out of the blocks last night. They were very good early in the first quarter. De Goey started it off. Mason Cox, he looked dangerous very, very early. And, good to see Cripps back with the Eagles. He's kicked 3 goals last night. He was terrific. And this bloke, he was absolutely superb. Liam Ryan, what a great game he had. And Sheed, well, he was brilliant again as the grand final. Jamie Allen, he was quite early. But there was a moment in the last quarter where Collingwood came back at him. But then Liam Ryan again. That was a repeat of the grand final from last year. Sheed, they combined well, those two. And Kennedy, he was terrific up forward. Finished it off. That's the sealer.
So they've won 4 in a row, you boys, against the Pies now. Just get the 3 things you learnt, Gilly, out of the night. Yeah,
the 3 things I learnt last night. Number 1, Liam Ryan, he loves the big occasions at the MCG. He's only had 2 games there. The second thing I've learnt, stop Pendlebury, stop side bottom. That's the key for the Eagles' win last night. And what a great return. He's missed a lot of footy over the summer. Yeah. Andrew Gaff, what a great game.
I've seen since round 20, he's straight back into it.
Yeah, round 20, and it looks like he's been playing the first couple of games, and for a player to step straight in, for him to give him a lot of confidence going into the year, that's a great start for him, and look forward to the rest of the year for Gaff.
Elliot, how was he like before the game? Did he have a few nerves? Because he hasn't played for 8 months, and I'm sure he's been itching to get out there, but I guess nerves about maybe how the crowd would perceive him, etc. Was there any of that?
No, he seemed pretty level-headed, and look, I guess having those JLT games as well certainly helped going through, and there was nothing out of the ordinary that I saw with Gaffy in his preparation. So he's a true sort of elite athlete, and that's why he played such a good game and was able to come in and have such an impact.
And Mark Hutchings, he's not necessarily a household name outside of WA, but he's a really important player for you guys, shutting down the opposition's best player.
Yeah, he is, and he doesn't get the accolades that he probably deserves, but he's one of the hardest players to play on, and even at training and stuff like that, when he goes to certain players, he's hard to sort of, get off. So he's an unbelievable player for us, and the role that he plays has certainly helped us, and helped us a lot last year as well, nullifying side bottom, and last night as well with side bottom again and Pendlebury. So the role that he does for the team is unbelievable, and probably not really seen as much as what it should be.
Yeah.
Elliot, Liam Ryan, he played brilliant last night, and there was a moment in the game there where he did a tap, and it reminded me of the...
Of yourself?
Oh, not of myself. he actually reminded me of a bloke named Darryl White. Just flexibility, unbelievable, and, that's not a stat, but, gee, stuff like that, that's team lifting, Elliot.
Yeah, when I saw it, that was pretty clever, and I kicked it, and I had JK telling me to go for goals, and Liam came up straight away, and I went, mate, that was pretty special, and he goes, you should have just kicked it to me. I was like, mate, you're right. Fair enough, we got you there.
What do you end up with, Steve? You score assist. That's about it.
I don't think you even get credited for an assist for a tap.
Don't you?
I don't think so. I might have had a few more.
Your game? Just as we have a look at the highlights, you black boots and black boots only?
I am now, yeah. And I guess it's been one of those things where my first game I played AFL football, I wore white boots and just wasn't really for me, and just went back to the black. So that started from my dad. He was my football coach, and he said to me that if I'm paying for your football boots, mate, there's no chance you're getting that toss of white boot stuff. So I said,
That's all tossing you right.
back when I was a kid, it was either black or white, and I guess he sort of perceived that the white was, a little bit flary. But times have changed now, and I guess the black's probably a little bit flary. But I guess that's one thing that's just stuck with me.
I was just going to ask Elliot, your form's been terrific. Best and fairest, you're equaling some big names, Djakovic and Kemp.
Yeah, I guess it hasn't really sort of sunk in at this stage yet, and still got plenty to go and plenty to work on as a player. And look, it'd be, really good to try and get deep in September again, and that's the game. You try and play football to win premierships, and I've got hopefully several years of football to try and do my best.
Three?
Yeah, well, hopefully try and do my best to win some more.
Do you ever walk through a banner and just smile to yourself thinking, that's good? They've really nailed it this week. Both the banners last night were brilliant. I go banners that stick together through thick and thin and windy weather. Having a crack at the pies, and then been scratching our heads for a banner that rhymes, one that hits harder than Mason on Grimes. They're pretty good on that. So,
Very clever.
The moment last you and Bucks addressed the cheer squad member was outstanding. On Bucks, this is in post-match.
Our game looked good again early, but when the work rate went up and when we needed to match that, we weren't able to. It's been pretty consistent the way they have beaten us. We get off to a good start, they grind their way back in and then grind us out.
There was an incident, or a couple of incidents, where the crowd was really getting stuck into Dom Sheed and Andrew Gaff. Lots of boos. I guess we can understand the Gaff side of things, but with Sheed, it's nearly like a compliment because they're booing him because
you're
he basically...
You cost us a grand final.
Yeah, you cost us a grand final. I mean, do you guys notice things like that out there, or...?
I noticed a little bit of booing for Gaffy, but it didn't seem to impact him. So he had a pretty good game, so boo what you like, because obviously it spurs him on.
It's better than being applauded that you missed and gave the Pies the grand final, isn't it?
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's a good boo.
Yeah. Quick break. Which Eagle is most likely to check their stats? Dyson Heppel's going to join us. He's been doing the fun run and the sliding rule. It's agenda number one in the Sunday Score.